Today we continue our journey in the penitential, it's a hard word to say, the penitent Psalms, I guess, Psalms of Repentance by David. And the seven again are Psalm 6, Psalm 32, Psalm 38, which we'll look at today, Psalm 51, Psalm 102, Psalm 130, and 143. Again, one author suggested that many will pray through these Psalms during the Lenten season. So let me read. So it's a lengthy one, 22 verses of Psalm 38. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. For your arrows have sunk into me, and your hand has come down on me. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your indignation. There is no health in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have gone over my head like a heavy burden, and they are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and fester because of my foolishness. I am utterly bowed down and prostrate. All the day I go about mourning. For my sides are filled with burning, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and crushed. I groan because of the tumult of my heart. O Lord, all my longing is before you. My sighing is not hidden from you. My heart throbs, my strength fails me, and the light of my eyes, it also has gone from me. My friends and companions stand aloof from my plague, and my nearest kin, my family, stand afar off. Those who seek my life lay their snares. Those who seek my hurt speak of ruin and meditate treachery all day long. But I am like a deaf man, I do not hear, like a mute man who does not open his mouth. I have become like a man who does not hear, and whose mouth are no rebukes. But for you, O Lord, do I wait. It is you, O Lord my God, who will answer. For I said, only let them not rejoice over me, who boast against me when my foot slips. For I am ready to fall, and my pain is ever before me. I confess my iniquity. I am sorry for my sin. But my foes are vigorous, they are mighty, and many are those who hate me wrongfully. Those who render me evil for good accuse me because I follow after good. Do not forsake me, O Lord. O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord of my salvation. The word of the Lord. Now, you probably don't remember in Psalm 6, in Psalm 6, it starts exactly the same way as Psalm 38. O Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. So he mirrors that. That's the starting of chapter 38 as well. And notice, it seems initially, or at least as you go through parts of this psalm, that he blames God, but for his sin and so on. But obviously, as you go through the song, these are the stages of what he's going through. He acknowledges that God is angry with him, and he feels that God has, sunk his arrows into him, that he's lost the soundness of his flesh, that he has no health in his bones. And it seems there are a couple of verses where, God, what are you doing? But obviously, David gets to the point when he says, there's no health in my bones because of my sin. It's not God's fault. It's David's fault. David's the one who sinned. My iniquities have gone over my head like a heavy burden. And then he tells God, you know what? They're too heavy. They're too heavy for me. My wounds stink and fester. He's saying, I'm I'm a mess, and I know now, God, it's my fault. I am feeble and crushed, verse 8. I groan because of the tumult of my heart. And now again, he changes direction. O Lord, my longing is before you, and my sighing is not hidden from you. And then verse 15, but for you, O Lord, do I wait. It is you, O Lord, my God, who will answer. So, Lord, don't rebuke me in your anger. I feel, the, the pain of your judgment, impending judgment, and my iniquities, my sin are too heavy for me. I've lost my health because of my sin, and feeling the weight and the guilt of my sin. And so I confess my iniquity. Verse 18, I confess my iniquity and I am sorry. I'm sorry for my sin. The Bible talks about a godly sorrow versus just being sorry. When we're children and we get caught with our hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, and our parents discipline us, we're sorry. Sometimes we're sorry we got caught. We're not really sorry we ate the cookie. We enjoyed that cookie very much. And so we'll get disciplined. I'm sorry. No. David here is really talking about, in the book of Corinthians, it talks about a godly sorrow that leads to repentance. In other words, I'm sorry to the extent that I don't want to do that again. I'm sorry to the extent that I recognize I need to stop doing that. And I need to turn away from that particular thing. That's the sorrow I believe David is expressing here. It's a godly sorrow that leads to repentance. So that's the third psalm, the third penitent psalm, a psalm of repentance of David. Something to chew on a cool winter's day. I hope it'll be beneficial to you.